the Singles Day phenomena is, I mean, it's simply amazing. I mean, I know that every time we talk about anything Chinese, we look at it, the numbers which are just so big, but that's over $9 billion in a day. That's just incredible.
Well, it is incredible, but we got to put this in context because the National Bureau of Statistics in China reported that online sales in the first 9 months of this year were up 49.9%. And what we saw today for Singles Day was about up 61%, which is really good. But, we've seen other retailers report very large increases in online sales. And the other thing we have to remember is that this is not just one day, because retailers on Alibaba have been taking pre-orders since October 15th. So we're talking about 28 days worth of sales.
And they record all those sales in that day, so they sort of goose that number a little bit. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly right. And of course, we're talking about heavily discounted products because the discounts were at least 50%, and some of them were well in excess of that. So this is really like the teaser day to get a lot of people in the door with these crazy sales.
In regards to these crazy sales, I usually figure that any company, if they really want to move the top line, they can. Profitability is a key. But in this case, the number is just so big. Is this... when they made a big deal about it last year, I figured they were trying to sort of hype the IPO a little bit. But again, this number suggests some serious changes in the world of e-commerce in China.
Well, it certainly does, because e-commerce is doing very well in China. But on the other hand, consumption and retail sales altogether are probably falling. The National Bureau of Statistics says that in the first 9 months of the year, retail sales up 12.0%. But that's probably not true because, for instance, Walmart reported that in its most recent quarter that its international division had same-store sales growth. Every country in the world except China, where same-store sales fell 1.6%. Unilever said its Q3 China sales fell about 20%. And Chinese consumer products companies in the first 9 months of this year, their sales fell probably around 4% for the first 9 months. So that shows that consumption overall is in trouble, but retail sales are doing very well.
So Alibaba is eating their lunch, it sounds like. Jack Ma was talking about what Singles Day meant for him. Listen to what Jack Ma had to say here.
I want every type of enterprise, be it small or big, urban or rural, to be able to participate in this event.
But interesting that consumption is not happening of global products as much as it sounds like you're suggesting, Gordon. It's Chinese-specific products.
Well, yes, and this is the first year where Alibaba made a really big push to have foreign products on sale for Singles Day. I'm going to see this sort of be rolled out for next year, and clearly we have companies like Costco and Tesla for the first time are selling on Alibaba to try to test the Chinese market. So there are going to be additions to the Alibaba platforms with new products coming online. But again, I think that's where the real growth will be, not in overall consumption.
One wonders if this is what the Chinese government wants from its e-commerce world, a single company dominating 80% of the commerce.
Probably not. And, there's another company called Tencent, which is actually better managed than Alibaba and has a much more coherent strategy. They're also having these double-digit sales increases, and they actually have, I think, an easier path to success than Alibaba because Tencent is the social media king, and it's easier for them to monetize their social media base than it is for Alibaba to take its e-commerce base and go into social media and sell to new social media customers. This is a really interesting contest between these two companies, and I think Tencent probably is the better company at this point.
Yeah, the Jack Ma, interestingly, maybe not as to your suggestion as good a manager, but he's trying, working so hard he doesn't have time to. Well, listen to what he had to say also about his ability to shop for clothing online.
My clothes are all bought online. My family does a lot of online shopping. I don't have time to shop.
You feel bad for him, Gordon?
I feel really bad for Jack Ma. I actually like him. He's charismatic. He's great. He's got wonderful ideas. And, one thing he's doing is he's taking Alibaba away from e-commerce in China because I think that he realizes that e-commerce only has so much to grow. So he's going into Hollywood. He's doing all sorts of things. And that is going to be interesting to see this company diversify. But it has to diversify. It's not aggressive diversification. It's really defensive on his part. And, I think Jack Ma has some pretty good ideas. And I wish he had more time to buy clothes, actually.